Don't need these clothes, don't need this house, don't need these hands nor skies, 'cause I just wanna get along with you. These eyes don't need these thighs, and as a matter of fact, it's damn life, 'cause I just wanna get along with you.
Hello, ho, 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 ho. Okay, so you guys know, I believe it was my last video or the video before my last video. I gave you guys a sneak peek of my hair, and my hair was green, and I was like, that's all I'm gonna give y'all. And then I say, if you guys put below who my inspiration for this hair was, if you know me, then you would know who it was. Then let me know. So a lot of you guys got it right below, and it was Kelis. I'll put a picture from the what inspired me. Was this hair from her video Get Along With You, which is by far, besides Trilogy, is my favorite Kelis song ever. So I remember when Kaleidoscope, which was her first album, which this song was for, came out, it was just this girl screaming on the track with this crazy hair. She had this green hair. I remember it was like green and pink. And I just thought she was dope. And after I got her album, I was totally obsessed and have been obsessed ever since, even with her new Food album that came out, I think like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I don't remember. But I was playing the song, and then I was like, I'm going to go watch the video, because the video had a very Nightmare Before Christmas theme to it, which I thought was really dope at the time and still today. So I looked at her hair and was like, her hair is so dope. I want to do that. I want to put my own spin on it, but I definitely want that. It was going to originally it was going to be exactly what she had, which was the bone straight hair with the side part, and it was going to have blue at the bottom. I brought blue color to go with this, but eventually I decided against it because I just wanted it all green. Okay, so this hair is from Angel Grace Hair, not to be mistaken with Grace Hair. This is an Aliexpress vendor, and I've had this hair for over 6 months at this particular point. It's taken me a while to get to this review for a lot of different reasons. Not until I just moved did I bleach the hair. So my hair has been bleached for a little bit up under a month, but I wore this particular hair for the longest. And when I originally got the hair, I had the worst shedding issues with it possible. So what I did was, when I started to get this shedding issue, because usually with Brazilian straight hair, I never have this issue. So I didn't know why my bundles were, so I just went ahead and I sealed them. So I took the wig apart, redid it, and this is when I started to use newer caps, well, the caps that I use now, and I just went ahead and sewed it back together, and I sealed my tracks, and I didn't have any more shedding issues. So the hair was super duper soft. So I was like, if the hair is this soft and it didn't smell funny, it didn't have any inkling that it had been processed at any point, then I felt like bleach would definitely be its friend. So what I did was, I went ahead, as I showed you guys before, it's the same bleach that I used to bleach my frontals, 40 volume peroxide, and I used my BW bleach. I went ahead, threw it on the hair, and it turned this very brownish color. And I was like, okay, cool. So then the next order of business was, where are you going to get your green from? That was my whole thing. So because after I bleached it, I didn't have any shedding issues, I went ahead and bleached my closure last, because I just wanted to see if what was gonna happen. So I knew I was gonna need 2 different versions of green, because what I didn't want was my hair to be flat and it be one green color. So what you're looking at right now is 2 different greens that I pretty much put together. So when I did it, I bleached, like I split my hair in 2, the wig, and I did the back a darker green, and I did the front, well, the top and the bottom, a lighter green, so that when I curled it, it gave you this green. So it's, as you can see, it's a little darker here, it's darker here, but it's lighter here. So it just gives you some green dimension. It's not just one note. A lot of times when people do color, I notice that a lot of times their color is usually one note. There is no dimension in the hair. The hair looks dead. It has no life to it. So if you ever notice that when I do colored hair, I tend to do dimensions, and I like to use at least 2 colors. I'm doing another color right now that's very similar to this, but it's different. So you'll see it's from another company. So let's get to my bundles. So like I stated, I am wearing 4 bundles of Brazilian straight. So I'm wearing a 20, a 22, and 2 24s. I have a silk base closure, which is 20 inches. So I decided what style I was going to do with this. I knew how I was going to curl it, how I was going to cut it, how I was going to wear it. And I was happy because at least it was a silk base closure. It wasn't a lace closure since I didn't get a frontal. But because I got this hair so long ago, I don't even think I was messing with frontals when they sent me this hair. So I know the company's been a little teed off at me because it's taken me this long to get to the review, but because I knew I was going to put a color in this hair, then my life and moving and all of that great stuff, it just got kind of lost in translation. So great, Angel Grace hair, please don't be upset with me. But it turned out great. The hair took color like a G. It took the bleach like a G, and I was afraid, super duper afraid, that my hair was going to be very hard and it wasn't going to look like this and it wasn't going to have any luster when all was said and done. So I used the Tresemme, I believe it's Tresemme, yeah, my Tresemme Moisture Rich after I did it to make sure that I still have some life in my hair. There's nothing worse than bleaching your hair and your hair comes out terrible. So I wanted you guys to see that even though it is Aliexpress hair, it does take. The most issue and the major issue that I did have with this hair was when I first got it. It was super soft, which was great, but it was shedding, which was a problem. So I did have to seal my wefts. A lot of you guys ask me, what do I do to seal my wefts? I just simply buy the Aleene's, which you can get from Michael's or you can get from your local Joann's. Or online, and it's their no fray, and it's made for clothes, so that if you do cut a seam or whatever, you can just, and it will not start to tear and unravel. That's pretty much what it does. So I don't know, the wefts looked fine to me. I don't understand where the shedding was coming from, and mind you, this is before I put the bleach on it. I started to have this major shedding issue. So I decided, okay, well, let me just see if I seal the wefts. Maybe the wefts were improperly constructed. From what I seen, there was really no major issue other than the fact that the hair shed. That's my only thing. Now I'm not getting any shedding, as you can see. So that little hiccup, I contacted the company about it, and they were asking me like, what's going on with your review? And I'm like, well, the thing that I'm trying to do right now is that is hilarious. So it was the fire truck going by and the dogs decided they wanted to start howling at the moon. I've never heard Richie ever do that. So, okay, back to my point. So, that was the only thing that I had a big issue with, was the beginning shedding. Again, I went ahead and sealed them. I'm not having that issue anymore. I can't really say for anybody else, but for me personally, once I sealed them, I was good. So the colors that I used Manic Panic's Electric Lizard, and then I use Adore's Spring Green as my other color. So when I combined the two, because when I put the Manic Panic on it, I just didn't think that it was going to take. So I tried, and I was like, I don't really see, because my hair was like on a brownish side. It was not like 613 blonde. It was more on the honey blonde side. So I was like, I don't think this color is going to work. So I rinsed it out, and I had put all my bundles and my closure outside. The next morning when I woke up, I looked at the little piece that I had rinsed off, and it was super green. So I was like, okay, so it's going to work. So I was running out of color. None of the Sally's that I was going to had any Electric Lizard left. So I was like, okay, well, I need a secondary color anyway. So let's just see what Adore has. So I made my way back to the hood. And of course, they had a whole bunch of Adore colors, which are way cheaper than Manic Panic's colors. And they work just as good. So I will say I like the Electric Lizard, but I just hate that they're $10 a bottle, Manic Panic. But it did definitely work on my hair. I love this color like nobody's business, people. And yeah, so if you guys are definitely interested, check the link below for Angel Grace hair. Shout out to them for being very patient with this process of this color. And I'll get a close-up so you guys can see how green it really is. Yes, darling. So it's super duper green, and in the sun it's crazy green. But I definitely, my hair was like a 1B originally, and I just went ahead and left my roots a 1B and then faded it out here to start the bleaching, to start the color down here, because of course I needed a little bit on the black roots, and I just thought it would work because I was doing a darker secondary color, so it definitely had more of a, it has a more of a tree than like the Kylie Jenner Black China green, which is like more of the electric green, but it's from top to bottom. I didn't want that. I wanted to look like it was woven where I could go somewhere with this hair, like, hey, how you doing? And people are like, oh, your hair is green now. Oh my god, your hair is green. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys check the links below. If you guys are interested in the Kelis video, it is the Get Along With You video, which is several versions here on YouTube. And till Kelis, I sent y'all, okay? I will catch you guys in my next one. Peace!